Where's my roof? I was waiting for something like this to happen. I just had a sneaking suspicion in my mind. When things are too good for too long, something had to give. And I think I have to laugh about it, because if I don't, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, so fun little factoid about where I live. It's very, very windy around here. So much so that the local newspaper is actually called the Delta wind, of all things. Like pretty much everywhere else in the world, we've been having some pretty crazy weather lately, and the last week or so has been about 45 degrees on average daily, and it's also been whipping wind. And the last couple days were really, really bad. I think it got up to 80 miles an hour. And because of that, imagine my surprise to come home and find my roof scattered throughout the woods. Let's go take a look. So these middle trusses are completely gone. And to add just a little bit of salt to the wound, little insult to injury, it also decided to snow for the first time in weeks, the second the roof was gone. So that's just another fun thing I'll have to deal with. See, these two got off easy. They just fell right behind the place. The real problem is over there. Whew. Oh my. I was under the impression there would be more of these. Like right here, I mean, there's a board there, a board up there. Oh, there they are. Just tucked into the woods a little bit. Goodness. Okay, so there's these. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be 5 of these altogether. I don't exactly recall. And I only see 3. So I think I'm gonna have to do a bit more digging. But I'm going inside. I'm very cold. I'll figure this problem out. Okay, so there's a number of problems. Number 1, I don't know where all the pieces of the roof are. So first things first, I need to go check through the woods and see what can be salvaged. There's nothing here. If I do find those last 2 pieces of tin, they are probably gonna be in pretty rough shape. I have found number 4 and 5. Wait, where's 5? 5 is right over there. I think you can see it just a little bit. They look salvageable. I'm probably 250 feet from the house. Then I need to get all the snow out of the shed, as well as all the stuff out of the shed, and put it somewhere where it's not going to get snowed on even more. Then I'm probably gonna need to get more tin, more 1x4s, and some longer screws probably, because I don't want this to happen again. What else? If I got some ratchet straps, I could put the stuff on the top of my car, get it from the hardware store just down the road, but that might be legally dubious. I think I'll do that. And on top of all that, it's gonna be in the -20s for the next couple days. I'm just so tired. Ow. People say man is made out of mud. Poor man's made out of muslim blood. They older and deeper in debt. Need the dogs to call me 'cause I can't go. It's evening now. I mean, it was evening before, but I mean like evening as in the sense of the eternal winter darkness has set in once again. Anyway, I got my big light out here because you need the big light, because I'll be damned if the darkness stops me from filming. So here's what we managed to find so far. We got 3 of these. I think there were 6 or 7 altogether, which means quite a few are missing. Those are 2 of the tins that I got from over there. That one's pretty messed up, honestly, which is subpar. I was gonna clean everything out in there, but it is still snowing because I haven't suffered enough apparently. So I'm gonna grab all this stuff and put it under the shed. Little fun fact about this part of the process, I didn't need to do it because I would end up having to do it again 3 more times. Because the second the roof was off this building, it decided to snow like 9 inches in a week. So that's fun. Yeah, I have no idea what I was doing out there. It's too cold. That's some morning time shenanigans. I'll do that tomorrow. Right now, I want to be warm. I want to be cozy. I want to get a coffee. That sounds really lovely. Also, I want to see something stupid. I bought a full-length mirror and I hung it up on the wall, and it was midday. It was very hot. I wanted to take a nap. I went to sleep, and 40 minutes later, it fell off the wall and shattered into a million pieces. I've just had this shard on my desk, and that works out well enough. All right, it's a bit later. I got a nice new sweater on and a couple pairs of socks and a lovely set of slippers. Got myself that coffee I was talking about, and now I'm set up for the night. I'm doing some painting over here. This is gonna be a scene with whale coming up like that, and then we'll have some little boats full of some people hunting. This guy here is in absolute awe of the might of nature. That's gonna be cool. Stocked up on new poetry a while ago. Gonna do some reading on this, maybe write a couple myself. That'll be fun. Basically, I'm just trying to keep myself occupied for the night because it's about 25 below right now. I think it's gonna top out about 30 below near morning and then slowly work its way down to like -16 throughout tomorrow. So it's gonna be cold, and I can feel my stove is having a little bit more trouble keeping it warm in here. Down by the floor is actually fairly cold, and I absolutely cannot let this fire go out. So I'm going to stay up basically all night, just keeping it going, and I gotta stay occupied for that. So the long night is finally over, and it was a long night too, because if I even let the fire go down a little bit, you can kind of feel just that kind of cold is a really oppressive force. It's trying to get into your house, it's trying to get under your door, and it will if you let it. And I was determined not to spend any of the night really cold. I got about 3 hours of sleep and stayed mostly warm. It's a lot easier to keep the fire going now that I'm awake. But it wasn't always so warm in here. I picked this up, and this was right by the floor. So I think I'm gonna get a coffee, of course. Then I'm gonna show you guys a trick that I've wanted to try forever. And it's been years since I've done it. You're gonna love it. See, this is a little trick I learned as a kid and haven't got the chance to do myself since then. And I don't have a reliable thermometer, but I do have this to show you how cold it is. Oh, that's awesome. And it's still going, just wafting away. Oh, that's so cool. All right, no more morning shenanigans. It's time to get to work. I think I will do bouts of 10 minutes or so out there, come back in, stock the fire, repeat the process, and get things done. So that's what I'm gonna do. After I found a couple more pieces that were laying around scattered through the woods, I thought it was about time I head into town and get the new lumber that I would need to finish the roof. Which was really unfortunate because lumber is obscenely expensive here, and you know, every time I breathe a sigh of relief for a couple seconds, that stone rolls right back down the hill. Nothing to do about it but fix it. It's taking me over to get my lumber. So I got the wood and the tin that I needed. The guy who was helping me thought the idea of putting it on top of my car was really funny. And I agree with him because it's really dumb. But I don't really have any other options, so that's the way it's gotta be. Got some ratchet straps, I'm just gonna drive home slowly. We'll see how it goes. It didn't really seem like it was gonna be a real problem, but I still definitely have my doubts. I had counted on putting the ratchet straps underneath the hood of the car through the windows, but the actual straps weren't long enough, so I had to put them on the rack, quote unquote, on the top of the car. And that is very back-centered, which means a lot of the front of the lumber and stuff was not really tied down super well. And in the immortal words of our ancestors, that ain't going anywhere. Hopefully. Fun little overhangs. That is so much. Let's try this out. I'm hearing strange noises I don't like. I hate this. I've resorted to going 30 miles an hour for the rest of this journey. My deepest apologies to anyone I'm inconveniencing on the road this morning. I ended up getting home without issue, but it definitely took a very, very long time. But I had all the lumber I needed, so I got all my wood unloaded as well as my piece of tin and got it moved down the trail out to the shed to get started on the rebuilding process. The hardware store that I got these from only had them in 16-foot sections, and I needed them to be 14 feet long, so I had to cut about 2 feet off the ends of all the new boards. Once I had those cut, all I had to do was mount them back up on the trusses with the newer, longer screws that should hopefully hold a lot better than the old ones. As much as I dread this process now, and as much as I dreaded it last time, it's really not difficult or complicated at all. I just get in my own head because I hate doing roof work. And then, somewhere along this process, I remembered something. One of my deep-seated beliefs about filming construction projects. They're really, really boring to film. Man, filming construction projects again makes me really, really happy that I don't have to film construction projects very often. It is so boring to do. I didn't enjoy it the first time I did that roof, and I'm not enjoying it now. But I have been getting a lot done. I mean, the roof is almost finished. It's almost back to the way it was. I've gotten a ton of work done on all the wood out by the driveway. I haven't had much desire to do anything about it because it's super green wet wood, and I've already had a bunch dried anyway, so I don't exactly need it yet. I'm going to need it very soon, so that was definitely something good to get started on. I got a ton of it cut and stacked. I definitely need to sharpen and tighten my chain. It's very loose and very dull, and it took forever, but I don't have a file. I definitely need to get one, but it was very productive and I got a lot done. But I am not going to film any more of that stuff for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't know what any of you guys would gain from me filming, putting up the last 3 pieces of tin on my roof. I'm not showing anyone how to do it, so you can learn how to do it somewhere else if you're trying to learn. Please don't learn any construction things from me. I beg of you. And also, I'm just not interested in it. So I am going to show you guys something really cool that I actually love. And I think you guys are gonna love it too. So let's go check that out. Man, that doesn't film as well as I'd hoped, but the view is still wonderful. And I mean, I spend too much time down in the valley, just locked into all the little tiny things I'm doing. The reason I live here is for stuff like that, and I need to remember that, so I drive out here every once in a while, and I need to do that more often, because it'll be spring soon, and we'll be fully in the season of adventures and stuff like that. I don't know, this year I've just been making an effort to be more joyful. I really do love my life. I love everything that I'm doing. And you know, when things happen, like the shed getting blown apart, it's just something to do. That's all I think about. It's not a chore. It's just something that needs to get done again. And I need things to get done. It's exactly what I need. I don't want to run out of things to do at any point. So I'm glad the shed got blown apart. That's fine. A little expensive, but it's fine. Keeps me toiling, which is good. But anyway, that's gonna just about do it for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Real quick right before I go, that painting that I did earlier is finished and it is for sale, so if you want to get your hands on that, go to my email in the description of the video down below, bettingonalaska@gmail.com, and just shoot me an email telling me how much you would be willing to pay for it. And if you are the highest bidder, I'll let you know you won, and we can exchange payment details and stuff from there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Mick, and until next time, toil for your food. You guys have a good day.